Oh, wait. I just fucking hit the button. Now it's live. Fuck.
It is all right. I was gonna tell the secret almost. Can't do it
It's
now.
stop secret. Stop secret edging
We're
me.
never gonna know the secret of the news. Shit.
We will never
Something to
know.
look forward to.
It is.
It's
it
not
is.
that great. It's not that exciting. Don't get too excited.
I find it exciting. So, because I already know said secret. Right. Okay. So now that we are live
you're in the
again,
know. You know everything.
right?
Y'all knowing Double B.
I'm gonna do my intro, which is gonna cut the audio. So if you want to give the secret real quick, you got 30 seconds to do so. Queuing right now.
Just trying to get a grip.
Nice.
Okay.
Aren't we all?
Once again, we're supposed to be live. I'm sorry, guys. Troubleshooting. Like I said, first stream, 25 minutes late. We all know each other now. We're all here. We got MC Devlin, right? We got Derek Curley drumming up over the drummer for. Wait, should we do plugs? Should we do plugs again? We should do plugs again.
Yeah, do plugs real quick. That's fine.
Okay. Yes. Let's start off with you, Adam. We got Adam Davis here. Look at this young man right here.
Yeah, so young. So young. Girl. I'm singing in a band called Omnigon. I used to be in a band called Link 80. I mean, I guess I'm still in a band called Link 80. We just aren't active. We just have a new album out called Feral. It's our third record. It's the first time any band I've ever been in has gotten to a third record, so I'm pretty proud of that. And I really like how the record turned out. And I also am the co-host of In Defense of Ska. Our next episode is with Ahmed Best, who is a drummer, but famously was the first motion capture actor in a movie. He was Jar Jar Binks.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Wah, wah.
Wow.
Okay, MC, you up next.
Well, I used to play in a band also called Mad Conductor. We don't really have much going on now. It's sort of in the past, but I would like my streaming numbers to go back up. So go over to Spotify and don't forget to give us a follow and stream the songs all day, every day. It's pretty good stuff. It's pretty good.
And you can pick up a T-shirt from the Big Cartel as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we got a little bit of merch left. I used to play in a band called No Cash a long time ago. We broke up 20 years ago. But for the first time in a long time, I actually printed some No Cash T-shirts. So I'm just a T-shirt salesman now.
That's all any of us are.
But people got to wear shirts.
And they're high-quality shirts, too.
Yeah. Made in the USA only. So when you wear it, you are wearing America. That's it.
Word. Curly.
Thank you for having me, Billy Bob.
Word. No, thank you, sir. And now you're up, Curly. Look at
Hello.
you down there rocking it.
My name's Curly. I played drums for Flying Raccoon Suit, also produce our records and do keys and stuff like that. And I'm also a fan of everybody in this chat. So thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for being a fan. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna rock some tunes. We all picked a tune to bring to the table. We're gonna discuss the band, why we chose the particular song we chose, and then we're gonna jam that fucking song, and then discuss said merits of a song. And hopefully I won't have any more hiccups like the 25 minutes where we weren't live that we were supposed to be live.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Just like you
Everything's
don't,
off without a hitch.
just like you don't know anything about
Everything's been working.
Paper Airplanes, your first album. That is
No, don't know any. What is that?
Yeah. Has that popped up on the internet? Have you been getting questions since the last interview about it yet?
No. Well, we all had a good guffaw in the band. We were impressed. Like, man, how do you know about that? But like, nobody has asked, and that's great. In fact, we should stop talking about it right now.
Why is everyone always trying
you-
to deny the first album?
What's that? Sorry.
I want to. Nah, you have an album called Paper Planes. You said.
No.
Oh,
Yes, they do.
No, it's a running joke with Flying Raccoon Suit because we put out kind of a
So
bad
Chris,
album.
Curly has an album called Paper Planes, and I'm sorry, just go ahead.
Like we were like barely out of high school, and like some of this recording started in high school. It was called Paper Airplanes, and it's not great. So like it's deleted from the internet, but like it was already out for too long before we ended up deleting it. And it's really funny because once we started getting traction from our album Afterglow, people were like, wow, this band's debut first album is really good. And we're just like, wait, this is our third album. But like, instead of fighting that, we're like, you know what? Yeah, it's our first one. Let's go with that.
But he says they're bad. They weren't that bad. They weren't that bad. They were pretty good.
They're okay. I appreciate them for what they are, you know?
They're better than the first two Ween albums.
I mean, you know, that's subjective.
Yeah, that was a bold statement. The internet's going to be pissed now. But whatever. we're going to move on. Like I said,
it'd be cool. It'd be cool to put out an album called, well, if you do a re-release, and if you have the liner notes with like a grid for how to fold a perfect paper airplane, you know what I mean?
That would be sick. That would be sick.
So
for the
it's a
12-inch
dying
final.
art. People don't have paper around all the time like they used to, so they don't make as much paper airplanes nowadays.
Are you saying that
Sad.
the future generation is going to miss out on a whole bunch of fun of you could lose an eye?
It's you have to make a pretty good one, but yeah, it's like the gateway to origami. It's a good skill to have.
Word. I think that is a very valid point. That is a very valid point. I didn't think anything of
Yeah.
the loss of paper airplanes.
I've tried to like follow instructions on like good ones, and like I'm just terrible at it. Like I've never been able to make a good paper airplane. I'm just a fraud. Just altogether, just a fraud. That's what the first album's about.
About how Curly's a fraud.
Yeah,
Word.
Well, I'll check it out. Sounds good.
don't do that.
No, but you should check out his latest album. Moonflower is phenomenal. That's the name of it, by the way, Curly. Moonflower
Yeah, thank you.
is phenomenal, and I've been rocking that shit pretty regularly.
I think that one's pretty cool. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, good job.
I
Good job.
stand by that one.
Yeah, they're not denying that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's jam some music, right? So I chose some Stupid Henchmen. I don't know if any of you are too familiar with Stupid Henchmen. Some of us are. MC Devlin might have been in a band with Chet for a little while called the Infinite Alliance, which it's been a minute, but since it's infinite, I'm assuming that there might be more someday.
Yeah, I hope so. We had some pretty cool songs. There's only 4 of them, but I like them.
I enjoyed them too. It was a nice crossover.
Yeah, we've done a lot over the years. Like we used to tour together, so I know those guys decently well. Yeah.
Word. But the track I chose is off the latest release, which was a split with the Dead Rejects, and it's I chose hold on, I got so much shit going on this computer. I don't understand how it's even flowing right now. How am I gonna do this? So I chose a song, like I said, off the new album. It's called Cost of Living is the name of this split. Both artists have 3 tracks on that bitch. And this would be the 6th and final track off the album, EP, split, whatever you want to call it, called Somewhere in Between. And let me get this flowing real quick. Look at that, it's already up. Now see if this works like I'm plotting it to. Share. Can you guys see that, motherfucker?
I see it.
I see it.
Word.
Yep.
Okay. Such beautiful artwork there. Now let's rock this. Now why I chose this song is the contrast. I love the contrast between how slow it's like a reggae song, but once the chorus kicks in, it is so heavy that it's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal stuff. I love it. Did my live stream freeze up? What's going on there? Maybe.
Let's see. Oh, looks like it's going.
Can you guys hear that?
I don't hear any audio yet.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, so let me back that up. Stop. We're gonna try this one more time.
You might have to go into,
share
if I remember
sound.
correctly from my pandemic days, yeah, share sound.
That's what I was missing. Okay, so now we should have that little thing again, which is not popping up in the OBS so well. That's the issue, right? So they can't see the album cover. They can just hopefully
There it is.
There we go.
I hear it.
Function in crowds and also gets lost in the clouds. Alone on the couch, looking for answers, a life that'll never be found. A rebel hates cops, breaking the laws, disrupting the system to fall. And following dreams, only one can achieve by joining the team. And in knowledge, knows no point to this. What's the meaning when everything seems to be a mess? That you can never detach yourself from emptiness. I'm still not sure what the hell I am in this world. Just another host to pass along this soul to the cause of control her existential role. Questioning everything that's helped me process this hell. What have I done to help better myself? Keep wasting away with nothing to show. Can't help but feel left all alone. The days keep passing before I can process my thoughts and I can make sense of these memes. I once was a kid who was lost, now searching for something that's more than a dream. An anarchist wants to abolish the state, create free spaces, dissidents, spread love and peace with autonomy, mutual aid. See this also to fight the tyrant gods, believe in justice over laws, compassion and empathy, basic needs for a sentient being. I guess this stuff's all been ingrained inside, identify with some for now, cause meanings of all what once was punks, not punk at all. Questioning everything that's helped me process this hell. What have I done to help better myself? Keep wasting away with nothing to show. Can't help but feel left alone.
right.
So I had some issues getting the screen to work for the live feed. Five. That means it's good. But I'm pretty sure that they could hear that shit. They just couldn't see what was going on. I think it froze up when I tried to share said screen. Still, I
know No Funeral commented on the audio, so I assume that's working.
Yeah. He says, "Oh, I like that stereo guitar part." Hey, No Funeral. Thanks.
Yeah, that actually was pretty sick. Where one's doing the down, one off beats. That was cool. Also, like, I know you prepared us for it, but I wasn't prepared for that.
I told you when the chorus kicks in, it's super fucking heavy and wonderful.
It's so funny because like the band didn't necessarily escalate, but the vocals just like went into like really like insane like highs and lows, like deathcore screams. It was sick.
Word. Any other feedback on said track?
I was wondering about that part. There seemed to be like a volume disparity, and I'm not sure if it's just like the stream and the Bluetooth to my headphones. But is it like that on the recording? Is it just like really above the mix, that part, those screams?
They do seem to kick in really above
they
everything
sit on
else,
top.
don't they? Yeah. It really throws you off.
That's very Chet. That's a very Chet thing to do. He used to tell me, like, he'd be like, I didn't even know about clipping, and like my whole album would just be clipping, and then I learned about clipping like years after I'd already put a bunch of albums out. He's like, but I think it sounds cool. I was like, yeah, I mean, people love it, so you're doing something right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Word. What are your thoughts, Adam?
I unfortunately couldn't really hear the audio because of my internet connection and Zoom. Sorry. I could hear a little bit, but I'm guessing that it didn't sound as super fucked up as my sounded over here. Everything was pretty compressed.
Oh, that's brutal. That means that the other tracks are probably going to come through sounding like...
Well, I'll be okay. I know that I've heard Stupid Henchman in the past. I enjoyed it. The programmed drums were a little bit weird to me, but you told me earlier that they've been shuffling around drummers, so I'm excited to hear some stuff with some real drums.
Word. I believe that I don't know, that one could have had a drummer. It could have been Chris Williams.
Okay.
I know he went on tour with them recently, but that could have been them in the studio. It sounded live. It sounded whatever.
Let's ask a professional. Derek Curly, were those real drums on that song?
To me they sounded like programmed just because the snare was like super crispy, but like it gets harder and harder as technology moves. But to me, I thought they were programmed, but I could be wrong. And again, it is like compressed through Zoom and stuff like that, so I'd probably have to hear like an actual wave file of it. But I mean, the production didn't really bother me necessarily. I definitely did think that the vocals sat very high in the mix, but I feel like that's kind of the point of the juxtaposition. So it's kind of hard to tell like if that was purposeful direction or what. But like, I mean, I fucked with it. Like, I was like, again, not really prepared for the chaos at the end. That was sick. I liked it.
So their programmed drums actually does have an identity, though. Its name is Tobias, and it's part of their family too.
Gotcha.
So maybe that helps. It helps to humanize it a little bit. Tobias was always on tour.
Yeah,
ask them about Tobias.
That's the thing with programmed drums is like if you have somebody that's good at programming them, like with dynamics, because that's like really what sticks out on most programmed drums is like when the cymbals they're all hit with the same velocity every time. That's always like a dead giveaway. Oh, those are programmed. But like you have somebody that go in and that know how to play drums, they know that every hit's not going to be robotic the same. Like it really takes a lot of time though. Like it's a very time consuming thing. But
Are you guys familiar with Morning Glory?
Oh yeah. Fucking love Morning Glory.
So they have an album called It's No Time to Sleep. is Ezra from Choking Victims band after that band broke up. And he recorded it all himself at C Squat in New York City. And it's a drum machine, not like computer, not MIDI drums, a drum machine. And then they went on to like put a full band together and put out a few more albums that were pretty good. But like that one is the best. It's like, to me, I love it.
That's
and
awesome,
it's like,
yeah.
I don't think I'd want it with a real drummer. Like I think the drum machine is part of the charm for me, you know?
The same with that Stupid Henchman album, Charmingly Demonic, the one that has all the programmed drums on it that everyone like. That is the staple Stupid Henchman album that everyone points to as the best. Even though I'm a fan of the last two full albums. Why am I having such a brain fart? It's
Chill
because of
Out
the
and
vibe.
Die Later.
Yep. Which was fucking amazing.
Chill Out and Die Later. And then whatever doesn't kill you helps you get through the pandemic.
No, it's whatever helps you through.
Whatever helps you through, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking great album.
That's a great
name was
album.
so specific. Whatever doesn't kill you helps you eat breakfast in the morning with a bowl of cereal.
Banana sliced on top.
Oh man, bananas and like cornflakes. Oh my god, it's goated.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna jump over to the next song.
Hey, I have an idea. If you guys have, I heard the music pretty finely. But if you guys, you could just tell them what song you're gonna play, right? And they could just listen on YouTube.
Yeah, that works.
Really, Bob?
Word. Okay, so the next song coming up is I'm gonna go with Adam's pick because he was the first one to answer back this morning when I was like, "Hey, pick a song," and he picked a song.
What a show off!
Yeah, he's all over it. You know this man.
Teacher's pet.
You know this man. He was like,
big old nerd over here.
when I asked him for an interview, he's like, yeah, I'll do an interview with you. You gonna be ready in like an hour? And I was like, I guess so.
Well, that's why he's a New York Times crossword puzzle answer, and we're all just a bunch of guys sitting around streaming on YouTube.
Yep. But
he goes out and he makes it happen.
Word. So, the song he picked is by the band School Drugs, right? And it's off the newest release, which came out in June 14th of this year, 2014. It's on an EP single. I don't know how you would classify it. It only has 3 tracks. It's a 7-inch. Would you call 3 tracks an EP? Some people would. I think they do. We're gonna go with EP. It's an EP called Disposition, and it's kind of like they've released 4 7-inches in the past couple years, and they seem to have a theme kicking. Where the first one was Visitation, the second one was Absolution, third one was Procession, and this one's Disposition. Right, so I'm assuming they got some kind of theme kicking, right, with the shuns. But so far I've listened to all of them, and they're pretty badass. But he picked the third track off of the second track. Hold on. My OCD.
Third, second, what?
He picked a track off that shit. And it's pretty good. It was called, where did it go? Where did it fucking
Feel
go?
Like Shit.
It's called Feel Like Shit. Where the fuck did Feel Like Shit go? There it is. Right. Let me get this shit queued up. And we're going to try this again. Now, for you poor viewers at home, I guess the video cuts out on us. I got to fix that one. I'll fix it on the fucking next stream. Sorry, guys. This one you might be SOL. I tried fucking with it with the last one, and I about lost everything. So I figured I better not fuck with it. They can hear the music. They just can't see the pretty album cover that we're seeing. So...
better to see us.
Yeah.
See our reactions. You know?
Yeah.
Word. So let's do it like... You know what? I'm just going to do it like this. and it should roll like that this time. It should fucking roll like that.
Just let it fucking roll, man. Let it fucking roll.
Let it roll.
Yeah.
School drugs.
Yeah.
Just like Limp Bizkit.
Turn it up, Double B.
I think that's the highest I can go on my end.
I feel like fucking shit. But living ain't even worth it. Like fucking failure's the purpose. Look, everyone makes me nervous. Like I'm less of a person. Living life like a burden. Still gotta be perfect. Keep calm on the surface. Yeah. I feel like fucking shit. Like my existence is toxic. Like waking up being nauseous. Like going back on a promise. Now I wish I could stop it. 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 I fucking wish I could.
That was fucking wonderful.
Yeah, that was sick.
Okay, Adam, you're muted right now.
Yeah, I was listening to it on the YouTube side rather than on the Zoom side. So
Word.
I muted our side and then listened to it there
Word.
to make sure that the audio was coming through. Yeah, it's just on my end that I can't hear it.
I couldn't hear that one
But-
that well.
I
Sounded
was able to
cool.
hear it through the YouTubes. But I already know the song, so
So tell
Easy
us why you
peasy.
picked this awesome track here.
on our new record, we covered "Modern Medicine" by School Drugs. Big fan of theirs. Caught them at Fest a couple years ago. Became pretty good friends with Josh, their singer, and yeah, that first show at Fest, Josh ended up in the rafters of the venue they were playing at, like a good 10 to 12 feet over my head. And then I just thought it was the sickest set ever. And they covered an Operation Ivy song, which for a non-ska band was super sick. And so we surprised Josh at Fest by covering Modern Medicine and telling him he was coming up to sing one of our songs. And he came up and we launched into Modern Medicine, and the look on his face was priceless. So we've been talking about potentially doing a split and doing maybe a little bit of touring together. And this is definitely one of the songs where I was like, this is something that I would cover. I love the feel of it. I could see turning certain parts of it into ska, the way we play ska, but pretty much keeping the song pretty well intact how it is. And talking to Josh about the song, it's literally just a list of things that he's said to his therapist, which I think is pretty sick. And people need to go to therapy. Go to therapy if you feel like you need to.
Word. And I guess
I feel like
making,
fucking shit, man.
yeah, making it all into a song, you gotta express that out enough. That is therapy, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. I feel like, that's the thing I always say about, being 47 years old and still playing punk rock is I think it's cheaper than therapy. I mean, to me, it feels cheaper than therapy and it's a lot more fun. So,
I mean, my homie Wefton put out that album Therapy Music, and that EP was his therapy, according to him.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You okay, MC, down there?
Yeah, I was just trying to see if I could go on YouTube like the other guys to hear the songs more better. When you guys go on YouTube, do you see my video on there? Because it just said MCD when I looked, and I didn't see myself.
You're up
It
now.
disappeared for a little bit,
You
but you're
turn
back.
you turn off your video for a second. I think that's what happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
Zoom
mean
side.
to. Sorry.
I think,
Sorry.
It's all
about that.
good.
right? There's a 30
You know,
second.
we only lost like 5 followers because there were 5 people who were just glued to your face. And then as soon as you come off the camera, they were like,
I mean,
"Why am
I'll
I
be
watching
honest.
this?
I was ready to
I ain't
get
trying
out
to watch
like,
all
as
these
soon as he was
all these
gone.
uggos. I'm trying to look at handsome Chris over here."
They'll be back once they post in the Reddit thread that my video feed's back on.
Yeah, his video's back on. Run.
Right. And I got to give a shout out to everyone who's in the group chat right now, including you, Chris. You just hopped up a minute ago with Mad Conductor saying, "What's up?" Or is that somebody else posing as you?
That was me. I was just trying to see what was up over there. You know what I mean?
We got No Funeral
yeah.
up there. We got an Andrew Heaton. And my homie Roz Anti-Venom is up in the group chat right now. And Eric,
Oh, what up, Anti-Venom?
yeah.
Hey,
fuck
I
it.
liked that last song. I was kind of straining to hear it, but like I kind of got the picture. It sort of reminds me of a band I just started getting into. An older band, very famous band called Susie and the Banshees.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that really dark kind of post-punk sound. Yeah, I was digging it. I'd like to hear it with clearer audio, but in his voice, just super raw and super gritty and emotional. Really cool, powerful song. Nice choice. I gotta blink the light.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I agree. I really love the vocal performance there because like there wasn't a whole lot of layering to it. There wasn't really much going on there except just like a great performance, and like even like toward the end they started doing like the AB lines and just like with a little bit of slapback delay, and it started like to really kind of just climax and escalate. And I love the chromatic like half step up, half step down sort of groove. It had that one of my favorite punk rock tropes of like the everything cuts out except for bass and drums just to drive the verse. Like it fucking rules, man. It kicks ass.
Oh yeah.
Look at you, all breaking it down like a composer and whatnot. I'm proud of
That's
you,
how-
Derek.
That's how I listen
Almost
to
like you've
music.
done this before. Jeez, Curly.
I like the album art too. That was a nice cover image.
Word.
Yeah, so I
Good
think
font.
their idea is they put these 4 7-inches out, and then the idea I think is to compile the whole thing into an album, which is a lofty goal that I think a lot of bands attempt, and then like maybe they usually abandon it about halfway through. So I was pretty stoked to see they made it all the way through the cycle. I don't know that it's definitely not the easiest way to put out a record.
Now, see, when I did
So yeah,
sorry, guys.
they're gonna have to find somebody who can print a 28-inch record.
Well, when I did an interview with Sam King from Co-Defendants and Get Dead, he said that by the amount of effort it takes him to write and record and put out a whole album, it takes him like a year. And he says by the time he's done, he doesn't really even feel that music anymore. So he says he feels
That's
so
not
much
a long
more.
time.
Yeah, he
I was
says.
gonna say a year turnaround. That's fucking impressive. God
Yeah,
damn.
but he says putting them out, like putting out an EP every couple months helps him stay creative because he feels like he can continue feeling the music and he doesn't get bored of it after listening to it repetitively. And I guess now a year is a pretty good, decent time. Though, I don't know, Adam puts out music at a pretty quick pace. How long did it take you to record Feral?
We put out the albums 15 months apart. So they're what is that called? Irish twins or something? Getting them out that close together. Yeah, so Against the Rest
It's
came
called
out, and then
really
15
fucking hard to
months later.
do. That's what it's called.
I don't know. I mean, we have so much stuff demoed at any given time. It's really just a matter of like how fast we can get into the studio, and then if Bad Time is willing to put it out. Like, I mean that like I think, the thing also is we had to like slot it in to like the releases that Mike already had lined up. And so it could only come out as fast as Mike was ready to do it.
hmm
So it could have come out sooner, but you know, gotta slot it in where you can.
Word.
I will say, like,
You guys you're on Bad Time Records.
Yeah, me and Curly both.
Mhm.
We're
Oh, cool.
label mates.
I did a song with one of your other label mates. You know, the Thirsty Guys.
Hell yeah! I
Oh
got
yeah,
Thirsty
fuck
Guys.
yeah.
I did a song. That's the one I should have played. It's called Bow and Arrow. It's off their new album. It's a pretty cool song.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I love Thirsty
Who's
Guys.
who's your favorite member of Thirsty Guys?
Probably the one guy. I can't remember his name. He's really thirsty all the time, though. He's always looking for a glass of water.
You're also thirsty.
The song is cool though because there's this. So in Mad Conductor, I'm rapping. In the beginning of that band, I was rapping to a lot of like old rock steady samples and like ska samples over hip hop beats, and people sort of. I feel like I got kind of typecasted. I'm like the George Costanza of ska and hip hop, and like just couldn't find another role. And everybody reached out to me for a feature, like, there's a ska breakdown. We want you on the ska breakdown. But then I heard this other part in the song that was like this odd time sort of experimental sounding prog rock breakdown. And I was like, no, I'm going to rap to that part. And they were down with it.
Yeah.
And it sounded cool. And then that left room for a synthesizer solo over the ska breakdown. So it's like my part ends and then the synth solo comes in, and it's a cool song, Bow and Arrow. That's the one I should have played.
Word.
Forgot.
We got a question up in the group chat for you, MC. It's No Funeral asks, I love those. Wait, nope, I lost it.
I think it
was Andy. Andrew Heaton asks, what's your reaction when you hear the majority of people are decoys from the Night Gaunts?
The Stupid Henchman song?
Yeah, did you hear that Night Gaunts cover of it?
I guess I must have a while ago. That's a cool song. Yeah, it's a good song.
Word.
I guess that's my reaction. It's a good song.
Yeah, that song is really, really close to that. The way he set up that song is really close to that cover. That song that you did with him. What was that fucking song?
Still Makes Me Wonder.
That would be it. That would be it.
Sometimes It Makes Me Wonder.
Yeah, which might makes me think of. It might make me think of. Damn, my brain's all over the place today. This is why I'm nervous about the live stream, guys.
Oh, you're doing great. Don't worry about it.
Usually I can cut this crap out. But
well, Chet went from playing like super thrashy, just to like overnight just putting out these super catchy, like pop adjacent songs with these beautiful melodies. And that's one thing that I recognized in that first song you played. I was like, he's just got such a knack for coming up with just a part that you could play on a loop and listen to it, over and over because it's so catchy. He's good at that.
Word. So, shall we move on to the next song? I'm gonna go with.
I was just gonna make a quick point of the shorter EP stuff, versus like releasing an album. I think it's pretty cool just because you're doing it in chunks, but it's still themed together. Like theoretically, you could compile it into one album, like or you could even call it a double album or whatever. I think that's a pretty cool idea versus like just like albums are hard. We're just gonna do singles. I still appreciate because I'm a fucking dork. I love to listen to albums start to back. I don't like to skip. I hate shuffle. I hate playlists. I like to listen to an album front to back or an EP front to back. And I think as an alternative to doing an album, like chunks of EPs sounds cool. Like I'm down for that. It's a cool idea.
Oh yeah.
Word.
How much time fits on a side of a 7-inch?
Ooh,
I don't know.
it depends on what speed you got it at.
I guess 33 and a third.
Right. I mean, you can. I've heard people. It's not common, but they'll take them 7 inches and they'll slow it down to fit more on it. Right. But
Okay.
like it's. I haven't heard very many people that have actually put that into practice. You know.
Yeah, I've heard it affects
Hmm.
the sound quality. Makes it not sound so great.
I know nothing on the actual physical element of how vinyl works. It's all a mystery to me.
I guess
As like an audio engineer, I've got no fucking idea how that works.
What about magnets? How do those work?
Oh, dude, they're I don't know. I watched Breaking Bad one time, but it's been a while.
Well, see, magnets work like as
science.
in the valence shell of each atom, you have electrons that are pointing north as well as electrons that are pointing south. And when all of the electrons in the valence shell are facing the same direction, it gives it a magnetic pull.
So like that's cool, but like does like the needle just read like what the waveforms are? Doesn't make any fucking sense. It's all bullshit. There's no way it works like that. It's crazy.
It's a vibration. You've seen the oscillation.
It's really
oscilloscope.
cool. I love.
Man,
I love-
next Curly's gonna tell us the moon landing was faked and that the Earth is flat.
I'm on board with that though. Like to me, a cassette tape is way more mind blowing than an MP3. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, it's insane.
how the fuck does this work?
Like
Who figured that out? How did you figure that out?
God, I'm
Yeah.
so glad that we're in the digital age. Like, oh my God, I can't imagine editing on tape. It sounds like the worst experience of my life. I would love to do it one time and never again. Just to see it. Just to see it in action.
What
Never again.
the physical chopping? that
Oh,
they
I would,
used to
I would
do?
love to do an album just a tape one time. Like if I just had enough money in the world to just blow for no reason, like I would do it. But the editing is the part that would trip me up the most. That's insane. Editing on tape's incredibly hard. Anyway, what's the next song?
Next song.
Need a good pair of scissors.
I'm gonna go with your choice that you chose.
Okay.
You chose a song by the band Bad Operation.
Fuck yeah.
Right, this band has been around.
Oh, my former bandmate D-Ray played in Mad Conductor.
Oh, did he?
Keyboard
Oh,
player.
no shit.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, look at this. Everything's all connected here.
Full circle.
Shout out D-Ray.
Yeah, look at you. Even though you're spread all out, you guys are still connected. It's like that
Yeah, man.
fucking that Kevin Bacon game. It's real.
The intro to this song says it all. That just Bad Operation fucks, dude. I love this band.
Right?
They're super nice sweethearts. There's like when I'm like, what's a cool band? Like what band just oozes cool? Bad Operation is just they're fucking cool. Their sound is cool, their image is cool, they're tight as fuck. Like they just rule. They had a new song drop, I guess like 2 weeks ago ish. I don't even know.
August 30th.
It just kicks ass. I love what they do with keys in their songs. Like they've got a huge key sound. I'm not like great at mixing organ and stuff. Like it's something that like I wish I could improve on. But like whatever they're doing, like the keys are always like really front end on the mix, and I love the vibe that it has with that mixes with the guitar and shit. And yeah, I just fucking love this band. Love the song.
Yeah. And you did. You chose the newest single. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Like I said, it came out. We said came out the 30th of August. Hold on a second. I'm gonna send this text real quick. Yeah.
That's a good band name too, Bad Operation.
Yeah.
I'll go on the record as saying I don't think that Jesse Michaels and Tim Armstrong's new band name is a very good one. Doom Regulator, I think it's kind of stupid. I'm like, Doom Regulator? Because Operation Ivy is probably the best band name of all time. Ranted's pretty good, you know? But Doom Regulator, I'm like,
The problem is like every good band name's now taken. Like what? Like
they are.
Well, didn't they have a name and then change it to Doom Regulator?
It was Bad Optics, which was so close to Bad Operation. And I'm like, don't you have your ear to the street anymore? You don't know that there's already a Bad Op out there, you know?
Yeah, and then there ended up being a band called Bad Optics.
Yeah.
And then that was why they changed it to Doom Regulator, because they were like, oh, okay, we don't want to fuck up some young band's shit.
It's a goofy name. Bad Operation is Doom Regulator, Bad Operation.
Yeah. I mean, Bad Operation is amazing. It's a great band name. And I love Bad Operation by Bad Operation on Bad Operation. It's great.
Yeah, the self-titled album from 2020.
Yeah.
Right. And they're still a pretty new band. They've only been around since 2020. They've only released that self-titled, a split with Joe Giltman, and then this new single the other day.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
if
Are they
you're,
on?
Greg sent me a bunch of demos from the new record. They're not done yet, but yeah, it's all sounding good.
Like,
Are they on Bad Time or Community Records?
I think at first it was both, but now I think they're just on Bad Time.
Oh,
Both.
cool. Everybody's on Bad Time. What the hell?
Call in if you're listening and you know the answer to that. Call in.
yeah, jump up on
I
the
was
group
actually-
chat.
Lines are open.
I was confused about that because I think the newest single was on another label's channel, but I can't remember if that's me misremembering or what. But I don't know. I don't know the answer there.
Word.
Let me take a look.
Oh.
All right, well, Billy Bob, play the song.
Okay, I'm gonna play the song now. It, like I said, it's called "I Don't Want to Know." Just came out, and now we're gonna do this this thing again.
Never gonna do this thing again.
That was fucking wonderful, man.
Thank you. I tried so hard.
And it shows. And it shows.
Rick Astley.
Kiss my Astley.
Bad Operation fucks.
I don't wanna know. Dude, 'cause you said so. I'm back. I feel like being gone. Coming home never felt so good.
band fucks.
You're right. You're right. They said it right there in the intro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't have much more to add besides great song. Can't wait for the next record. Love the production on it. Love this band. Yeah. Like I said, they're just fucking cool. Like, I don't have any other better word to describe this fucking band. They're just cool.
And they're about to go on tour. Give me a second here.
They're on tour right now. They're on tour with Suicide Machines,
Yeah.
Eddie Smith from Japan, and Kill Lincoln.
Yeah. And Hey
Wow.
Smith, that's a fucking great lineup too. Hey Smith is one of the best
That
Japanese
rules.
ska bands.
Yep.
And and they're in Cleveland tonight. Probably playing right now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Buffalo tomorrow.
Cleveland rocks.
And Pittsburgh on the 11th. Word.
No way.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. You should go check
Are
it
they coming out to the East Coast?
out. Pittsburgh.
Closer to the East Coast?
They're in Pittsburgh on the 11th, Brooklyn on the 12th, and Philadelphia on the 13th.
They're playing in Brooklyn on the 12th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Philly on the 13th? Where are they playing in Philly?
At the Theater of Living Arts.
TLA. Okay.
Word. But yeah, so I fucking checked that track out and I fucking loved it. I thought that was a great suggestion. The band is super fucking tight. The horns, you gotta love the fucking horns, and like the production of it. It just turned out and like you said, I can't wait to hear the rest of the album. I mean, it's if it's anything like the first album and this fucking new single, it's all gonna be fucking, it's gonna slap.
Gonna be a banger.
Anyone else have any input before we move on?
Well, I love that
D-Ray's,
operation.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good, Chris. I just wanted to say I love Bad Operation. I probably talk to Greg, their bass player, once a week. Yeah, we're always checking in on each other. Love them. Great band. Chris, go.
Oh, Greg's a great dude. Greg was the first person who booked my band No Cash in New Orleans. And then that was the start of like a major chapter of my life of like loving New Orleans and eventually moving there and living there for 6 years, and then having my best friend from Pennsylvania follow me down there. And he met my friend Scott, and he met his wife there, and now they have a kid together who's growing up in New Orleans. And it's like all maybe because like Greg booked this show, if you think about
That's
it.
awesome. That's so sick.
Yeah. It's such a great place, and I met so many great friends down there. So D-Ray used to play in a band called Samurai Deli. They were from Slidell, the North Shore of New Orleans, the North Shore of Lake Pontchartrain, that is to say. But if you cross the lake from New Orleans, you get to Slidell, the Dirty Dell. And they had a band called Samurai Deli that was sort of like wrapping up by the time I moved down there. I think like we played Mad Conductor played on a reunion show of Samurai Deli. And then Greg and D-Ray also played in a band called Fatter Than Albert. And they were sort of based out of the West Bank, which was south of New Orleans, like across the Mississippi River in the West Bank. And yeah, they just always been busy. Greg had another band called The Rooks. D-Ray played in so many bands when I was living there, including my own. And I'm just super happy for him that he's out there still doing it. And I like to surprise people when I go to their shows. So like maybe I'll pop up at one of those. I'm glad you played that song, and I learned they're on tour up by my neck of the woods.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Does D-Ray play the trombone in that band as well? Do you know?
Yes, he does.
Talented dude.
Yeah, trombone rips on that one too, in particular. That one's great. I was hearing Samurai Deli, like I've like on the Gulf Coast, so hearing that was like a whoa, wow. I haven't heard that in ages.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I
Yeah, they
only
were
know
local
them.
favorites for sure.
Yeah, I only know of them because Andy and of course Clay being from New Orleans and stuff. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, it's still blowing my mind how interconnected y'all are.
That's the ska scene, bro. Everybody's interconnected.
Well, I think
didn't
we
know
were
him.
all on a band.
We all went to the ska scene together, bro.
That's
Hey
like
Billy,
my
I hate to
favorite
put
thing.
the pinch on
yeah.
you, but I got to get out of here pretty quick.
Yeah, that's
Billy,
fully
I got to get out of here pretty
understandable.
quick. So can we move on to the last one and
Okay, so the
close this up?
Yes. We shall move on to the last one, and I'm sorry to keep you so long. Partially my fault for not starting the stream in time, but
All good, man.
but we're gonna move on to this last track, which is by Slingshot Dakota. This track was picked by MC Devlin. This is a local band from his neck of the woods. They started as a 3-piece in 2003, but has been a 2-piece ever since 2006 after the release of the first album. But you chose a track off the third album called Dark Hearts, track 5. The name of the track is Rasta Baka. Was that the name of that? Hold on. Yes.
That's the name.
Right.
I don't know what it means. It's
Well,
a cool song.
Rasta, I'm assuming, derived from Rastafarian, and Bacchus, probably from the Greek god of wine.
Oh.
Not entirely certain on there. Somebody on the live stream chat fucking look that shit up for me. I'm too busy. But let's roll this track so Adam can get on the shit that he needs to get on. We're all busy people here. Fully understood. Share that bitch. It still says that.
Sorry, homie. Kids
Oh.
got school in the morning. I got school in the morning.
It's all good, man. I fully understand. I got work in the morning. Live stream. Where the fuck did that go? Here it is. Let's rock this shit.
yeah. Let's go. Damn. That track rips. The
Yeah.
drums are insane.
That was great. That was great. Unfortunately, Adam had to bounce in the middle of that song. He had some shit to do, but I fully understood. But yeah, that was ripping. I really dug that riff. It was almost proggy, but it was not because it was still in the
But
basic time.
it kind of was, but then like there was also like a chip tune element to it. Like I don't know if that's like the vibe that they're going for, but it was like clearly like a guitar riff, but also like chip tune behind it, mixed in like kind of a complicated line, but like still super catchy. But like again, the drums were just fucking grooving too. Like that ruled. Yeah,
Yeah, I dug
I was
it.
super into that.
I dug it. It had the mix, like it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it was. Very indie, but it still had a touch of that basic punk rock vibe to it. You know, I could get where they were coming from. I dug it. Right, but I always like the complicated, the very arpeggiated riff that keyboard was playing. It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, and then they had like a Midwest emo vocal vibe where it's very raw. Like not always like super concerned about the pitch so much as like the emotion and like the delivery. Like I fuck with that. That was good.
Yeah, good stuff. Great choice. What made you choose that, MC?
Well, so all right, so let me start from the beginning. Slingshot Dakota is a name. If you're in the Lehigh Valley, where I live, Bethlehem area, you hear that name, Slingshot Dakota, and I've been hearing it for years. Oh yeah, Slingshot Dakota, it's a local band. And I never got a chance to hear them or check them out. They recorded at the same studio, Dan's House Studio, where Mad Conductor recorded, but I never heard anything they did. And then they do this summer concert series down the street from my house at this big park called the Rose Garden, and there's a band shell. And I went down to see them. One of my neighbors suggested I check them out, and I went down with a buddy, and we were both just completely blown away and just left completely enchanted. Like, came back to my house and like streamed their albums all night and listened to them all night. Like, and then I went to see them again at Music Fest in August. So in June and August, I saw them twice for the first times. And, you know, I thought it'd be a good idea to rep something local and like maybe something a little different, you know? But yeah, I guess since I was just introduced to them, maybe I thought I'd pass it on because I've really been enjoying their music. And for a two-piece, they really cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
I think there's a misconception that like playing in a two-piece, it would be easier, you know, because you have fewer people to worry about. But I think it's actually more difficult because you've got more pressure on the two members. Well, like you said, Curly, yeah, the drummer just thrashes through. And I swear, I think that guy, he used to play in a band called Robot Attack from Allentown, the next city over. And like, no cash, we were always passing by those guys or playing shows with them at this place called the Pirates Cove, this house in Allentown. They used to do punk shows like 20 years ago. I think he was in that band, but I know I knew him from the scene back then, and his punk roots really shine through, even though you said it's like more of an indie sound, but you can tell like, but they're from the punk scene, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely hear like that's like a punk drummer, or at least like a prog drummer, even almost. Like that dude was fucking ripping, man. It was so groovy. It was sick. Yeah.
And what you were saying a minute ago, it's so hard for a two-piece to produce, and especially on the punk scene, there's very few initially back in the day. I mean, there's several kicking now, but like I would like to always point to No Means No, because that band started off with just a bass player and a drummer, and the riffs that dude came up with, it's because the fact that they were only a bass player and a drummer. You can't just write basic punk riffs in the 80s and just have a drummer and roll in the early 80s like that. So the dude was writing these super complicated, really proggy style bass lines to compensate for the fact that they didn't have a guitar player, and you have to be creative, right? So until they got a guitar player, the first couple No Means No albums were fucking mind-blowing, that they were just way over, almost, I do want to say, it is prog punk. I want to say prog punk. Prunk.
I hear that. Yeah, I get it. I feel it. That was a great choice. I liked it. I want to hear more of that. That's good.
Yeah, I am going to dive deeper into it.
It's definitely like logistically, like a two-piece band. It's like, man, you only have to worry about two people's schedules, all this and that, but then you have to worry about how do you pull that off with two people? Like, how do you make a like vibe and fill out a sound with two? Like, it's impressive. It's fucking cool. I mean, like, I'm impressed whenever three pieces can pull off big sounds. So like, you remove one of those and it's like, holy shit, that's impressive. It's cool.
Word.
They are married, so I think scheduling practice is probably pretty easy. It is like both walk into the same room.
The Flying Raccoon Suit hasn't had a proper practice in years. Like with everybody there, we were so close this past weekend, and it still didn't happen. It's so close.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you're in a ska band. That happens. You got too many members.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder about.
it irritates me when somebody says a band sucks. They're like, that band sucks, and it's like, have you ever tried to schedule a band practice?
Dude, it's
Like,
hard.
just getting 4 people together is amazing. It's like some kind of miracle.
Do you know how hard it is to get
Let
one of these
alone
things together?
Playing in tune together.
Right. So
How many people are in your band, Curly?
7. There's 7.
Oh my gosh.
when was the last
Yep.
time you had a 7-member band practice?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know. If Andy's in the chat, he probably would be able to tell. It's literally been years. Like, we meet up in groups and we take it upon ourselves to do individual practice. But like I mean, we've had shows with all 7, so I guess you could count that as practice. But like, even a lot of our shows, we're getting fill-in members or missing a horn here, missing a horn there. It's tough out here. Everybody's got, I mean, I've got 2 kids, full-time job. Like, it's hard for me to coordinate that. Then you have some members that rely on playing music to make a living. So it's like they can't lose out on their normal gigs for like a punk rock gig that's not going to pay them money. You know what I mean? Like, it's rough. It's hard. 7 people's lives you have to uproot for a tour. And it's getting harder and harder to book tours because you have to do them a year in advance. It's like, dude, how the fuck am I gonna like prep, like, hey, a year from now I need to be available for 2 weeks? It's like impossible. And then you mix that with 7 different people. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Now, No Funeral
You
says
use AI.
now No Funeral says that he thinks that y'all had one right before your run with 2:30, and somebody saying something about the planets being aligned.
Maybe. I feel like we were supposed to, and then somebody couldn't make it, or something happened. But you could be right. I won't go officially on record here, but I feel like at some point someone was like, I can't make it, guys. I was like, we almost had it. We were so close.
Okay.
That run with 2:30 was
Came
incredible.
so close, man. I almost had it.
Okay, so now I'm gonna take this opportunity right here. We're gonna give one of there's 5 people still left in the group chat, right? I'm gonna give them the opportunity to pick the next track for us to listen to before we close out said streaming live. What would you call this? Would you call this a podcast? What would you call it? A live stream? I'm gonna call it the live stream.
It's a live stream podcast. Why not? Fuck it.
So wait. Are you in the I believe that's you in the group chat there,
The
Curly.
chat's popping off of the Thirsty Guys one. I don't know who that is in the chat, but somebody wants it.
Thirsty guys.
Wait,
No, that's me.
yeah. So what was okay, so let's do that track.
It was like bow and arrow or whatever. I don't remember.
What,
Yeah.
We also
I
have.
want to hear it.
You want to hear it. You want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
It would be unfair to Epic Funeral, who also says Epic 18 feed the fire. But since you chimed in first, I'm gonna go with you. Crow.
No. Go for no funerals for sure.
They were way more active in the group chat than you.
Epic 18 fucking rules. All right, I'm down for it. Very nice people. Very tight. Very clean. Very attractive.
Okay.
Do you think that the flying raccoon suit is the superior Mario power up?
I've had this discussion many a times, and like I think it is, and my reasoning is always it bounces back and forth. Like I love the cape from Super Mario World because you can literally just cheese the levels, but I feel like there's too much cheese involved where you can literally just fly across the levels, so it feels like it's OP. The biggest question, and I bring this up all the time too, is like, is Yoshi a power up? Because if Yoshi's a power up, then the answer is clearly Yoshi. But that's like a completely like sentient being. So just like Yoshi's his own like character too. So I don't know if that's like immoral to even call him a power up at that point. There's a big old conundrum.
Well,
I will say,
can you control Yoshi when you're not riding on it with Mario? No. So there.
I mean, Yoshi has his own game, so technically.
I guess. I mean, Yoshi's
in Super Mario World, you cannot. But I mean, it's either Yoshi or the flying raccoon suit. I will say, fuck the Tanuki suit, only because people confuse that with Raccoon Mario all the time, and I hate having to make this whole thing. It's driving me insane right now. I'm triggered right now.
Oh yeah.
It just turns into a statue, right?
Exactly. And the Tanuki suit used to be so badass, but like in later games, it just turned into like either a baby power up, and then they got rid of the statue thing, which was like the coolest part about it. And it's like, dude, what are y'all even doing with this anymore? Like, grow up, Nintendo.
Now, whilst I do appreciate the turning into the statue, it is not the superior power up because the limitation of the accessibility of it. Right? Like,
it's true.
You finally get this fucking thing. The turning into the suit's kind of spotty. Like, you think you got it under control, but you don't, and then you lose it, and then what are you supposed to do? You only have, like, 3 options of getting it throughout the whole fucking game. Right off the bat, you get that fucking goddamn leaf, and it just makes the game great. That's what makes it the better, superior power-up.
Raccoon Mario also looks cooler than Tanuki suit, because, like, no offense, furries out there. Like, he's cool looking, but, like, the Raccoon Mario looks dope as fuck. And also, I'm gonna just say it, the NES, I love the controller, but that D-pad had accidental ups all the time, where you would be the Tanuki suit and you'd hit an accidental up trying to speed run, and it'll crush your run. Shit pissed me off. I hate it. We got really into the nitty gritty here. I'm sorry.
Are you playing with the Nintendo Advantage, or are you playing with the standard controller?
I mean, nowadays, like, I'll legitimately go out of my way. I think I have one on my desk here. No, I'll go out of my way to buy the retro controllers for the newest systems. Like, I've got the Nintendo 64, the SNES, and the NES controllers to play the Nintendo Online games with. Just because, like, especially the 64, I can't stand the updated control. Like, people hate that controller, but I fucking love it, and I hate playing modern controllers on especially Mario 64, because the analog stick had notches, so you could do a straight up, straight down, left, right, and in between. But modern controllers, like the PlayStation one, for example, doesn't have the notches, so like you can think you're hitting up, but you're actually hitting up slightly right. So like, again, like speedrunning the game or something, it's like there's certain tech and things that you have to fucking nail down. It's like, if you can't hit exact up or exact down, it bugs the shit out of me. I can't stand it.
Okay, we have to digress for a second, because I have to ask you, Chris, how far are you in Super Mario World right now? Because I know I said something to you the other day, and I know you picked up your emulator and started playing it.
I haven't played it in a while, but I've beaten that game like completely, the special zones and everything, a bunch of times. Like,
dude, that final special world's no joke. Like the tubular and like whatever the spectacular levels are, like that shit gets rough.
Everybody talks about tubular, but the really difficult one is outrageous.
outrageous.
especially
Yeah.
if you go in with nothing. And that's where, like, I feel like if I really want to beat this game, I'm going into each level with no power up to beat each level as small Mario,
Oh yeah.
you know? And you find the shit that you need in the level.
Dude, I was a glutton
That's
for
hardcore
pain.
mode.
I was deep in the Mario Maker shit, so I was like playing like
Whoa.
Kaizo levels and shit. I love Super Mario World. It's my probably favorite 2D Mario. Like Mario Bros 3, sometimes I just out because I like the level variety a little bit more. There we go. But like Super Mario World, the tech is so good. Like doing shell jumps and shit. Like being able to throw items upward, like it changes the game. Plus Yoshi rules. And yeah, that special world kicks ass. I love it. The secrets in that game are phenomenal.
It's a lot of fun. It's just very nostalgic for me as well. I mean, obviously, like, I grew up playing all of them, but I remember reading that they wanted Yoshi in the original Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever read that? But they just didn't have the technology for it.
Yeah, it like the NES literally couldn't handle Yoshi.
Weren't
like-
ready for it.
Yeah, and what's weird is like Yoshi's Cookie was a NES game, but like his debut was Super Nintendo, Super Mario World. So it's like it's weird.
Okay, but they
It was like-
continued making NES games for years after
Right.
the Super Nintendo came out. So
Yeah, and the same thing with
Oh.
like this Nintendo 64 came out, but then Donkey Kong Country 3 came out after that, which is like one of the reasons why the sales were abysmal for that game, and also because David Wise didn't fully work on the soundtrack. But that's a whole nother neither here nor there.
and I think that's that.
We
fact-
gotta listen to Epic 18.
we will in a second. I got one more point to make. The system changing like always fucks over them last couple games. One of my favorite Final Fantasy games was Final Fantasy 12, but it came out
Wow.
it came out the same week as the PlayStation 3, and it was a PlayStation 2 game. So
Man,
that got
Final
overlooked.
Fantasy 12. I don't think I've ever played it like at all. I don't know if anybody has.
Yeah, no, it was one of my favorites, and it's because I bought the play. I'm always a step behind. I am always a step behind. My newest system is a PS4, and when the PS6 comes out, I might get a PS5 because I literally got the PS2 the day the PS3 came out.
Dude, you have to get a PS5 just to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I know,
It
I
fucks so
gotta
hard.
fucking wait. I played the first one, and it was badass, and I love it. But
Dude, I just went. Me and Guillermo, our tenor sax player, we just went and saw the Final Fantasy VII Orchestra do Rebirth live, and I cried multiple times. I'm not even ashamed of it. I was in tears. It was great.
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. They're doing it at the here in St. Louis coming up too.
You
Cool.
gotta see it. Like, well, there are spoilers. Like, because Guillermo had just gotten the game and didn't play through it, and we, me and my buddy Ryan that had gone with him, we're just like, just by the way, they're gonna give you spoilers on the screen. Like, I mean, just go in just knowing that. But then again, if you played the original, it's hard to spoil the game. Although, yeah, you can spoil it, but you still have to go. It's so fucking good.
Word. So let's play the song that we talked about fucking 10 minutes ago. Before we went on
Also,
video.
I love the Mario and Yoshi is the symbiotic relationships at No Funeral. They're each a power up to the other. So maybe Mario's the best power up.
Ooh, that's fucking
Oh
fancy.
wow, that's deep.
The-
There you
That's deep.
a fat plumber on your back. So
It's the dream.
yeah. Wait, is now is there a part in any game where you're playing as Yoshi and you get
Yeah,
better?
I was about to say Yoshi's Island, one of the greatest fucking SNES games of all time. You literally control Yoshi, and it's Baby Mario on your back, which not necessarily a power up, but like when you get hit, you don't necessarily take damage, but you just have Baby Mario floating around in a bubble, screaming at you, like literally screaming at you until you get him for like 10 seconds, and then you die. Like. So there's something there, but then again, Yoshi transforms into like a helicopter and shit. Dude, that game rules. The art style's fucking 10 out of 10 on it.
Yeah, but
Play
rare.
Yoshi's Island, like that shit.
Rare as
awesome.
shit. Rare as shit. Hard to find.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even the card itself had like a special FX chip just to be able to hang, similar to like Star Fox on the Super Nintendo.
Look at us, music nerds geeking out
I'm
on
sorry.
video games. Yeah, this is my fault. I guided us there. So, let's, oh, where is that shit? Hold on, right here. That's what we're looking for.
Hell yeah.
Okay, gonna give this bitch some volume. Let's listen to this shit. This is for you, No Funeral!
Imagine for a moment that we all are just a flame, waiting in line, keeping ourselves busy till the day that we can finally find the fuel to become a bright light. So freedom from the shroud of darkness won't be a fight. Finding fuel for the fight is far from the end. As soon as day breaks, you'll see a mountain to ascend. Similar it seems to every trip taken before, but every step you take, you can see you need more. Let's all go feed the fire. Come on and watch it burn. Let's all go feed the fire. Now you know it's never ending, still you need more. Since you fed the fire, can't think how you thought before. With every step you take, everything seems unfamiliar. Your feet keep moving, even if it kills you. Everyone has to tend the flame. If you don't now, you'll have the chance again. 'Cause everything must go in the end. Let's all go free the fire. Come on and watch it burn. Let's all go feed the fire. Come on and watch it burn.
Let's go. Oh. Honk.
That was great. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
I love them horns. I love the horn section.
That might have been the best song we heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that band fucking rules. They're even like tighter live. Like it's kind of insane. They're just nasty, like nasty good.
How many horns was that? 3?
I love the way they were layering them in together.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the record. No Funeral obviously can tell us, but it sounded at least 3 or 4, and I don't know. It didn't really sound like a lot of like doubles, but I know a lot of bands do horns doubling. I don't actually do that with our band. We usually just do one take of each. 4, okay.
4.
And a flute solo. Hell yeah. That's sick.
There needs to be more flute solos. I am fully in support of some flute. I've heard some rockin' ass flutes before.
Man, there's a band Simple Minded Symphony that uses like clarinet and stuff. That band is sick. I don't know if y'all check them out, but they're one of my favorites.
Word. But yeah, that was a great track. That was thank you so much for suggesting it, No Funeral. I fucking love that shit. That was great. This has been fun, guys. Like there was a couple hiccups, like I gotta fix the music live stream screen, right? Because it just froze us up while that was going on. You couldn't even really see our reaction, but I'm assuming that you could hear us because you could hear the music, and I got the mics on and shit. So
yeah, I mean, jumping into live format's gonna have its hiccups. It's all good, man. We had a good time. It was fun.
It was.
Vibing, and next time it'll be even better. So cool.
Word. So far, Roz from Anti-Venom's going to be on the next one, as well as Chris from Big Brother has agreed.
Nice.
Those two are. Chet said maybe not. I don't know. he's dude's awesome, but sometimes he's hard to like pin down and get him because he's all over the place, right? He also has a tendency of disappearing.
Get Tobias.
Get Tobias to be on it. Just a
To
drum
be clear,
machine.
Tobias was the name of his iPod that had all the drum tracks on it.
I love that.
That would be awesome. Who's gonna operate him? Just stand there and hit the buttons for us. But
Yeah, this is the second time kind of on your show. Well, I mean, this is a different show, but I'd be more than happy to come back and in like a few shows from now or whatever. Just let me know. It'd be
shit,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is my third time having Chris on.
I gotta beat him then. You gotta get me on 2 more times.
Word. Well, like I said, fucking thanks, guys, and thanks everyone. The 3 people who still left in the stream, which I think you're one of them.
No.
But it's been fucking awesome, and I greatly appreciate this. Right? Yeah, and stay tuned because there's gonna be more shit coming out of here. Fuck
Thanks
yeah.
for having us, Billy Bob. Nice meeting you, Curly
You too, man.
and
That was
Adam.
fun.
Yep. Thanks for Adam for being
Yeah.
here, even though he's not here anymore. Like that was
Hey,
fucking
man,
awesome.
I get it. Like getting the kids ready for night for school, all that shit. It's rough.
Yep, he said he said he only had an hour, but he stayed 30-40 minutes past said, so fucking greatly appreciated.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that dude is awesome. And what's the dog's name? This is like the 4th appearance.
Shinobi.
Shinobi. That's one of the greatest
Shinobi, that's so cool. I love that.
Master System games out there.
Yeah.
He's gonna be 16 in November.
Wow, that's awesome.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
I got one of those Master Systems.
Damn, that's sick.
Yeah,
Never had a master. That's cool.
I only got a couple games for it, and it's really not that great. Like, I thought it was the coolest $100 I spent initially, and that was like 10 years ago, and I've probably played it about 25 times. So it doesn't seem like it was quite worth it. But it's there, and I got it. And eventually I will get Sonic the Hedgehog for it and play it more.
There you go.
Right. But that shit was released in Brazil.
Sega.
Oh, you gotta go blast.
Right. But yeah, so I'm about to cut this off. Thank you guys for being here. And thank everyone for fucking tuning in. And like I said, stay tuned because in 2 weeks there's going to be a fucking another one and it's going to be badass.
Bye.
It's gonna be a real home run.
Was good. Gotta end it right there.